Okay guys, so welcome to part 2 of the tutorial for the routine called Magic or Cheating. This trick that I'm going to teach you right now takes place right after the first one, so if you haven't watched the tutorial for the first trick, I'll leave a link right up here so that you guys can watch that video first and then come back here and watch this video. This trick that I'm about to teach you is a really cool variation that I came up with off of the trick called Re-Swindled. So you guys just performed the last trick and this is how you just ended up. So you have the 4 kings and the 4 aces right here. So to clean up this part, you're just going to want to take the aces and just kind of leave them in the middle of the deck. You really do not need the aces anymore. This trick is all just going to be revolving around the 4 kings. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the 4 kings here, and you're going to show them off, and then you're going to turn them over face down and sort of spread them out just like this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to show the spectator, just pretend like the spectator is over here looking this way. I would just show them the cards just like this, but you guys can see them just like this, right? So you guys can see the kings, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be squaring up the kings with the deck, and I'm actually going to be leaving these 2 kings, the bottom 2, on top of the deck, and I'm only going to be taking the top 2 kings and putting them inside of the box. How I'm going to do this is I'm going to square up the cards and I'm going to lift up on this second one right here. I'm just going to put my index finger right there on that king of hearts in this case, and I'm just going to push up, sort of when I'm squaring up, I'm going to push up so I can lift up and catch a pinky break, separating these 2 kings from the top 2 kings, which are now on the deck. So now I can take everything from the break, which is just 2 kings. I'm going to hold them sort of like this with my thumb, index, and middle finger on each side, just like this, sort of holding them out jog from the deck. Now, also what you're going to need for this trick is the card box. I forgot to mention that earlier, but if you have the card box, that would be perfect for this, because what you're going to do is you're going to insert the 2 kings inside of the card box, but you're going to say, all right, we'll take all the kings and we'll place them inside of the box, and you leave them sticking out just a little bit. You don't want to put them all the way in the box. You want to leave them sticking out just like this, and you're going to place the box down just like that with those 2 kings sticking out. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to give the deck a simple cut, because these cards, you actually want to lose them in the middle of the deck. It sounds crazy, but you actually do want to do that. So make sure those kings are now lost in the middle of the deck. So now what you're going to do is you're going to turn over the deck and you're going to explain that you have to look for 4 random cards. Now this part, you're going to be going like this so that the spectator cannot see what you're doing. All they would see is like you out jogging random cards. But this is the exposed view, so it would be like this, but this is going to be the exposed view. So you're going to want to pull out any 3 random black cards, preferably number cards, and you're also going to pull out the 2 kings. So you're going to be pulling out 5 cards, but it's going to look like you're pulling out 4, and I'll show you guys what I mean. And this is going to be the order of how you want to pull them out. You're going to want to pull out a black card, the 2 kings, and then the final black card. So that's going to be like the 4 things that you're going to pull out right there. So you're going to go through the deck, find just a random black card. So there's my first one. Now I'm going to find another random black card. Let's do 4 spades. Now I'm going to look for my 2 kings. I see them right here. I'm actually going to use my fingers here and use my thumb to line up this king of diamonds with this king of clubs here. I'm just going to line it up as perfect as I can. I'm going to out jog both of these kings up. So now both of these kings are actually out jogged, but it looks like 1 card because they're squared up. So now that would be 3. And then I'd find my final black card. Let's just use that one. And that would be 4. So that's basically the exposed view right there. So now you have 4 cards out jog, but it's actually 5. You're going to spin them all out, and don't show the spectator yet. They still see the backs. You're going to take the deck, set it face down on the table. Now square up all the cards, flip them over, and just say, all right, so we're just going to need 4 random black cards for the situation. What I just did was an Elmsley count, and if you don't know how to do an Elmsley count, there's a really great tutorial by Hester Bears, and also I've done many tutorials on the Elmsley count before on this channel, so I won't get into that much detail for it, but it is a really nice move that it can show these 4 black cards and also hide the 2 kings as well. So once you finish the Elmsley count, you're going to be left in this position with the 2 kings on the bottom and the 3 black cards right there on top. So now you're going to flip over the pack face down, and you're going to do a pinky pull down on just the single bottom card over here, and that's going to be one of the black cards. So you're just going to pull down one of the black cards, and you're going to do a quadruple lift. You're going to flip over all of these cards at once. So you're going to flip over 4 cards at once. It's just sort of a variation off the double lift, but you're just doing it with 4 cards. So you're going to do a quadruple lift, just showing this black card, flip over the 4 cards again, and just take the single top card. You're going to use this card to point to the box. So you're doing this because you want to say, so we're going to be using these black cards here, and we're going to be switching them out for the kings inside of the box. So that gives you a reason to point. And now this is actually a king, and what you're going to want to do to set up the next part of the trick, move this to the bottom of the pack. So just place that on the bottom. And now you're in this position where you have the 2 kings sandwiching the 3 black cards in the middle of the pack. And that is what you want the 5 cards to be. So now you're going to transfer the pack from your left hand to your right hand. And you're going to say, so this part, we don't even need the deck anymore. And you're just going to move the deck aside. Your right hand obviously isn't doing anything, but you're going to make the joke saying, now as you're watching my left hand, you weren't watching my right hand as I had actually stolen the first king out of the box. And what you're going to do is you're just going to peel off with your thumb over here. You're going to hold the cards in middle grip. You're just going to peel off 3 cards singly. 1, 2, 3 cards just normally, and this is a double right here, but you're going to want to flip it over as 1 card. And you're going to show that king just kind of quickly, and don't say the king of clubs, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be showing the 2 kings each time. You're going to be showing them twice. You don't want to say the name of the kings, because then they're going to notice that it's the same kings over and over again. So just say, and there we have the first king. This is a double over here, so you're just going to want to square up this double on top and peel off the top card, set it on the table. So now for the next part, you're just going to leave the pack as it is, and you're going to point to the box saying, so just make sure I never really touch the box. And then you say, and as I'm pointing, you weren't watching my left hand over here. And now you're going to do the same thing, but you're only going to peel off 2 single cards. So you're going to go 1, 2. Now this is a double over here, but you're going to flip over that quickly and show the second king has appeared. You're going to take this double here, place it on top, and peel off the top card and place it there. And these cards are actually just 2 random black cards over here. So now you have 3 cards left. You have the 2 kings sandwiching a random black card. Now you're going to do another pinky pull down, and this is much easier because this is just 3 cards, so you can just do a normal double lift showing this black card. Flip the double back over and say, just make sure I don't actually touch the box. You're going to hover over the box with this card. This card that you're already waving over the box is actually already the king, so you just have to hover it over and then slowly just flip it over and reveal that it's the king. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this king and you're going to say, so look, as you were watching this king, you were distracted because you didn't watch my left hand grab the other king. What you're going to do is you're going to move your thumb here to the top corner and your pinky to the bottom right corner, just like this. What you're going to do is you're going to use your index finger here to grab the long edge of the card, and you're going to pull it towards you, and that's going to rotate the card around, just like this. Pull it towards you and then push it out. That's going to fully do a 180-degree spin with the card. So one more time, it should look something like this, where you're waving the card, and as you're waving the card, you can be setting up for this part. So you can wave the card, and then over here, you can be moving your pinky down there and your thumb to the top corner, and then just be ready to spin that card. Now you show, boom, 3rd king right over there, and then you say, and as you're watching this king, you weren't watching this one over here. Now, this is a double, so make sure you hold this kind of square when you transfer it to your other hand. You're going to take the 3 cards from the table, pick them up, and place this double here on top. And now you have the 5 cards just like this. And you can notice that you're already in the perfect position for another Elmsley count. And that's how you're going to do the next part. So you're going to say, now of course, people always want to examine the cards after. So I have to find a quick way for them to be able to examine them. And then once you drop them and snap your fingers, you flip them over. And now you just do another Elmsley count, just a normal Elmsley count, just like this, showing 4 black cards impossibly instead of the 4 kings that you just showed. So now you're in this position, and you're just going to take all these cards, place them on top of the deck with your left hand. Boom. Once you place these on top, you're going to grab the box here and transfer the deck into your left hand in mechanic's grip. You're going to grab the box here and make sure these 2 cards are out just like this, but make sure they're kind of squared up because the spectator thinks there's 4 kings in there right now. And what you're going to do basically is you're going to be just taking the cards out from the box. You're just going to line these cards up with the box and then just peel the box away and leave the box there on the table. So now you've just taken the cards out of the box and quickly spread off 4 cards. Flip those over, and it really does look like the 4 kings were inside the box the entire time. So that is basically the trick, guys. And there you go. That is the entire routine for magic or cheating. So go ahead, watch the tutorial for the first video, watch the tutorial for this video, and then watch my performance for both of these tricks, and then go ahead and try and practice these tricks. I know it's kind of hard because there are a lot of sleight of hand things to remember, but with some practice, I think you guys will be able to get it down. So hopefully you guys really like this routine. I want to do more stuff like this on my channel, so stay tuned for more videos coming up soon. So see you guys next time. Bye.